like to introduce our second speaker. Speaking from the Communication and Leadership Manual, Organize Your Speech. The objectives of this manual are to organize your thoughts into a logical sequence that leads the audience to a clearly defined goal. Secondly, to build a speech outline that includes the opening, body, and conclusion. This speaker has and will always believe in the power of the human spirit. It is his lifelong goal to never lose the fight with uncertainty. The speech requires 8 to 10 minutes. The title of this speech is Overcoming Uncertainty. I'd like to introduce to you now our next speaker, Mr. James Sauerwein.
Mr. President, our Toastmaster for the evening, fellow Toastmasters, my purpose here tonight is to challenge everyone to take a good hard look at, to reevaluate, reinterpret, maybe even rediscover ourselves. Because we can never be the person that we used to be. That would be impossible. We can only be the person that we are, or the person that we're going to be. In fact, I'll go even further. In this complex, rapidly changing world that lies beyond this illustrious compound that we currently call our home, where do we see ourselves? And what would we like to accomplish? I asked myself this very question not more than 8 years ago when I first arrived here at the Fort Dodge Correctional Facility. As I look back at some of the progress that I've been able to make and at my prospects for the future, I can say with the utmost confidence that I'm heading in the right direction. Unfortunately, I can say with even greater confidence there'll be many hurdles that lie ahead. The journey of success is paved with many uncertainties. But even more challenging than the uncertainties of success are the certainties of success. The certainty that people who always strive to keep a positive outlook on life have a better chance of success. The certainty that individuals who make goals for themselves and set out to diligently achieve those goals have a better chance of success. And the certainty that people who are ferociously persistent with a never give up mentality have a better chance of success. These three certainties are like a recipe for success. For the next few minutes, I'm going to talk with you about these three principles. And when I'm done, I expect, at least I hope, all of us will be a little more equipped to overcome uncertainty with certainty. First, and this tops my list, we always have to find a way to stay positive and find the good in every bad. There's always going to be things that are out of our control. Forces we are powerless to change because so much of life is unpredictable. We can't control disease or the weather. We can't control or influence completely what our loved ones are doing outside of these fences. But we can still control our moods. A mood is simply a reflection of our attitude. We can certainly change our attitudes. Now, I'm not telling everyone to walk around with your head in the clouds like you don't have a care in the world, but think back to some of the successes you have had in your lifetime. Go on. Think back to a success you have had that you are proud of. What kind of an attitude do you think had the greatest effect in helping you achieve that success? This isn't just some fantastical idea. There are many people that would flat out tell you attitude is everything. I completely agree with that statement. And every time I hear someone say that attitude is everything, I'm reminded of something that was said by a great man named Pastor Chuck Swindoll. Mr. Swindoll said that words could never adequately convey the incredible impact of our attitude toward life. The longer he lived, the more convinced he became that life was only 10% what happens to us and 90% how we respond to it. When the going gets tough, try to think of all the good things that you have going on in your life. use them to lift yourself up. If you can always arm yourself with a positive attitude, you will surely strike a serious blow to uncertainty. Second, and absolutely vital in our vision of a better future, is our ability to set demanding goals for ourselves. You must have a plan. No matter how much positive energy you have, it's not going to take you very far if you don't have any idea where you're going. One of my current goals is to get my CC, my Competent Communicator Certificate. Toastmasters International is very clear. To receive a CC, you must complete 10 speeches. I've completed 3 speeches so far. And if I look over at our timer, I think it's safe to say I'm about halfway through my 4th speech already. I can think of no better example than this. As I stand here, giving a speech to my fellow Toastmasters about achieving your goals, in the same breath, I am now much closer to achieving one of my own. Your dreams can be anything, from owning a house, buying a new car, winning the championship, delivering an unforgettable speech, or even becoming a millionaire. Whatever your dreams may be, I guarantee you that setting demanding goals will be your tools to the construction of those dreams. Now comes the hard part. And I saved this one for last, because this determines who of us has what it takes to always stay positive and see our goals and our dreams to their fruition. It's just one word, but it accounts for so much. Persistence. That never give up mentality. And I can think of no better example of a person with a never give up mentality than Thomas Edison. Mr. Edison was a prolific inventor, receiving over 1,033 patents in his lifetime, including ones for the phonograph, the microphone, and the incandescent electric lamp. Mr. Edison experienced many great victories along the way. But think of how many failures Edison had too. Literally thousands. But to his great credit, he had a different way of looking at it. In fact, once when somebody had reminded him that he failed something like 25,000 times while experimenting with the storage battery, he responded by saying, "No, I didn't fail. I discovered 24,999 ways that the storage battery does not work." Now, isn't that an incredible way of looking at it? Just think of all that you could accomplish if you looked at your failures like Mr. Edison did. He never saw his failures as failures. He saw them as stepping stones to something greater. Gentlemen, in the past few minutes, I truly hope that I was able to make you aware of the awesome power that we all possess internally that we can use in our fight against uncertainty. Because as someone once observed, the future is where we will spend the rest of our lives. So we had better be aware of it. Be aware and never underestimate the certainty that a positive attitude will aid you in your journey of success, nor the certainty that setting demanding goals will help you realize your dreams. And never let yourself forget the certainty that even though you may be staring down countless failures, your undying persistence may one day lead you to victory. Mr. Toastmaster.
Please take 1 or 2 minutes to do your right witness.